Welcome to another edition of Motorsports Magazine. Getting ready for another exciting Saturday night of short track racing action at the Airborne Speedway. One thing happening at the Speedway in the summer months of 2010 is the Steve Park driving experience. And lo and behold, look who's standing next to me on the left. It's Steve Park, who's living now in Charlotte, North Carolina. Originally Northport, New York, right?
Originally, yep.
And Bruce Jarvis is with us as well. And first, let's start with 13 was a lucky number for you last week.
Yeah, it sure was. The finish 13th at Daytona was definitely a lucky number for us, and we worked hard all night long just to keep the Richie Evans Memorial car in one piece and get a good top 15 finish for Tommy Baldwin Racing.
And, of course, folks that might not be aware of it, it was the Coke 0400 down at Daytona International Speedway. Steve was in that race last night with or last week, I should say. Last Saturday, he was down at Daytona with the Sprint Cup Series and finished in the 13th position with Tommy Baldwin Racing. And obviously, that must have felt really good for you to get back into a position where you were contending for a victory at that track and to find yourself back in a Sprint Cup car.
Yeah, it really did. I mean, qualifying got rained out, so we started somewhere in the back, somewhere around, I think, 39th. And so we kind of had to claw our way up and missed a lot of the big wrecks that we saw that night and put ourselves in a position then, to get a top 15 run. And, we found ourselves late in the night, late in the race in the top 10. And unfortunately lost about 3 spots right there in the last lap and checked up for a little bounce off the wall by a guy by the name of Jeff Gordon and trying to be offensive and miss another wreck. Lost 3 spots, which was unfortunate, but it was a great run for Tommy Baldwin Racing and top 15 for ourselves and our sponsors and just all in all a good night. But now we're here at Airborne Speedway and we got some really interesting news to share with a lot of the fans.
And Bruce Jarvis is also with us. Bruce is helping to coordinate the Steve Park experience here at the Airborne Speedway in 2010. And Bruce, it certainly is exciting for people in the local community to have somebody with the likes of Steve Park to have a driving school here at Airborne.
Oh, without question, we're very fortunate to have Steve come on board and start this whole presentation with the drive-along program or our ride-along program, which is working very well for us right now.
Now, Steve, basically what it amounts to is you'll be here at the racetrack almost once a month. Is that right?
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I'm going to try to be here at least schedule providing once a month to at least give rides or help coach people along if they want to do a 15 or a 30 lap where they drive, and I actually coach them along. So that would be a pretty interesting experience and something you really can't get anywhere else in the United States, being able to be coach in a race car and show how your lap times can improve from when you first set foot on a racetrack until you're done with your experience. So the Airborne driving experience is something that I think people need to check out online. It's new. This is only our second week that I've been able to come up here and enjoy giving people rides in some of these fast cars here at Airborne. Guys, the Mike Perotti and the guys here at Airborne, Steve Fuller, have done a fabulous job at the racetrack with the progressive banking and gives us the tools that we need and the race cars we need to give people a once-in-a-lifetime experience. So come feel the thrill.
So, Bruce, if somebody were interested in taking part with the driving experience, what should they do?
Well, the best thing to do is if they really check it out, they can go to www.airbornedrivingexperience.com or they can give me a call at 561-3208. And we can set that up, and if they want to go online, because Steve's schedule varies, we do post his schedule, keep it up to date, so that if they do want to have the experience with Steve instead of one of our professional drivers here, we can get them on board with Steve.
And there's a variety of rates and experiences that someone could participate in.
Different levels. First thing, obviously, is we want them to get aboard and get the feel of what the Airborne is all about, and then they can purchase into different experiences all the way up to where we can run this at 90 laps.
So I've signed up, and now I'm all set. I'm ready to go. I'm really excited. What can I expect, Steve Park?
Well, if you signed up, you're especially going to get a ride by me so I can share the thrill of Airborne Speedway with you. But, a lot of things fans need to remember is that we're going to try to do this week in and week out every Saturday night or Saturday afternoon. And then I'm going to make my, if you want to call it special appearances, once a month to come up here and give the people the special experience to not only try driving themselves or being driven by me around this famed Airborne Speedway, but just a lot of excitement. I mean, if you signed up, you pretty much put your credit card down, decide what kind of package you want. If you want to just do a 5-lap package where you have me kind of toss you around for 5 laps and enjoy yourself, we can do that. And if you want to take it further and decide that you want to try it yourself, we can swap seats, and you can drive me around the racetrack, and we can do 15 lap segments, which is pretty neat.
That's pretty brave on your part, too.
It's pretty brave on my part, but I got a lot of confidence in a lot of people after they've taken the experience. If they feel that they can handle one of these race cars, we're going to give them the chance to turn laps around the famed Airborne Speedway and critique them after 5 laps. You know, get out, get some water, maybe walk around the track, show them what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong, and do another 5 laps so they can see how their times improve with just a little bit of coaching. And then finally, after the second segment, we'll do the same thing, critique what they're doing, let them do their third set of 5 laps, which would be their 15-lap segment, and show them in their lap times how they've improved from the time they got on the racetrack until the time they finished after 15 laps of instruction by a professional race car driver, Bruce Jarvis, over here.
What sounds really cool to me, and we'll ignore that one, Bruce. What sounds really cool to me is that there's a lot of personal contact with you and the other drivers that are also taking part with the experience.
Well, the main thing is what we've sat down and we've talked about is I've been to different driving schools in the past, and the one thing that I found that I didn't enjoy is there's too much downtime. You know, if you're not in the car, I mean, 5 laps around Airborne takes 5 minutes. By the time you get your suit on, get your helmet on, get in the car, do your 5 laps, and then you're done. Well, you know, if you've flown here from, you know, a different state and your experience is over in 5 minutes, well, then what do you do with yourself? And we want to make it where the fans can come, not only get the experience in the car, but also get a cold drink of water, maybe a little bit of lunch. We got some fabulous go-karts that we're going to get set up that we're going to be able to run. And hell, I might jump on a go-kart myself and get out there and run with the guys too. And it's just going to be a good half-day experience. We're going to try to do a half-day in the morning, a second half-day later on in the afternoon. And not only is it just getting on Airborne Speedway in one of these fast race cars, but it's going to be go-karts, it's going to be having lunch, it's going to be mingling with myself and some of the other professional drivers here at Airborne, and just make it a whole half-day experience for somebody.
Not only educational, but I also, when you talk about go-karts, you think fun. Yeah. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun, and that's what people need to realize is that, you know, it's not just, you know, slap your money down and 5 minutes later, you know, you've had your experience and it's done. I mean, we want to entertain people from the time they get here until the time they leave and go home and be able to tell their friends, wow, you know, we've done other driving schools and we've sat in line like cattle and been herded to the cars and done our 2-minute experience, and then we're done and then we're shipped home. And we want them to come in, feel like family, get the experience of Airborne Speedway in one of these fast race cars, and then get a chance with their friends to play with the go-karts, have lunch, have something cold to drink, and mingle with some of the stars here at Airborne Speedway.
Bruce, how has the reaction been in the local community and in the racing community?
I think the reaction has been very good. I mean, if you were to be here like last night and this morning when the people were coming out of the car from Steve giving them a ride around, I don't think one of our tow trucks could have yanked the smiles off their faces. And the thumbs up experience, obviously it's a once in a lifetime. I mean, people like myself, I've been coming here since 1954, and until you get out there and you rocket into one of these corners or right around 100 miles an hour and feel the G-forces, it's just an experience that you cannot really fathom until you're in one of these cars. And I got to tell you, riding with a champ like this guy here even adds to the experience.
Yeah, it's something that you can't quite experience even if you've got high definition television and surround sound in the living room. There's nothing quite like being inside the race car.
Yeah, it's the ultimate high definition, the ultimate surround sound in these race cars. And that's one of the comments people make, is that they can't believe how much noise is inside the car, not only from the engine but just the car itself. And it's an experience like no other, and I recommend people come out and try it.
And again, Bruce, the place to go if they want more, if folks who are watching either on the internet or on our cable systems, the place to go is?
Again, you can call me at 518-563, or is it 561? 561-3208. You can get me also through the internet at www.airbornedrivingexperience.com. And I just wanted to say that I didn't mean to push you last night on the go-karts. I hope you'll never hold that against me, sir.
I got spun out and pushed around, and
By Jarvis?
Oh, by Jarvis, by everybody that was out there, and that, you know, that goes right back to the fun that we have. Is that, you know, I get out there and mix it up with these guys. They go out there just with their friends and stuff like that. And next thing you know, I come flying out on a go-kart and push people around and let them push me around. And boy, we have a lot of fun here at Airborne.
Well, fun certainly is a big part of the Airborne Speedway and Steve Park driving experience. And Steve, let's close by talking about what else is happening for you in 2010 in terms of racing experiences on the big tracks of NASCAR.
Well, we just came back from Daytona, which was great, and we're running part-time in like 3 different series this year. You know, we didn't dedicate ourselves to just one series. We're trying to acquire the sponsorship we need to get back in Nationwide Truck or Cup, and right now I figured just racing some of the bigger races myself and doing maybe 10 or 12 of the races between Cup, Truck, Nationwide, ARCA will give me more exposure to try to help some of the sponsors that we're talking to. So we'll be back on the racetrack soon, so stay tuned to your local network and hopefully cheer me on when we get out there.
Well, I know a lot of folks will be looking for Steve Park back in action, and you can find him here at the Airborne Speedway with the Airborne Speedway and Steve Park driving experience. Thanks, Bruce, and thanks to Steve Park. Stay tuned. More Motorsports Magazine is coming right up.
Martin and shotgun on the field, and the number 38, it's Josh Carson. That's the field. Green flag. Out front, Jason Durgan with the 17. Keep an eye on the 90, working the rim. That's a place where he likes to run around this racetrack. Martin working the outside of Todd Ormsby. Now trying to find room around the 3 of Andy Powell. He'll take it right up against the wall and go all the way to 3rd. From 8th to 3rd, pretty much on that lap. There's Jason Durgan running out front. Greg Atkins is running 2nd. Martin continues to run around the top of the racetrack. In 1 lap, he goes from 8th to 3rd, and now he's trying to get to that 2nd spot on lap number 2. That's where he is. Jason Durgan shows the way with the Key RD Trailer Sales 17, but look who's right behind him already, knocking on the door, sizing him up, and about to try to pick him off. Looking to the outside, the Gamache Truck Center number 90. Durgan holding him off for now. The lead is about a half car length to the stripe. Martin looks to the outside, now looks down to the inside. Durgan uses a higher line off 2. Martin says, fine, we'll try the inside. Durgan holds him off into 3. They race into turn number 4. Jason Durgan still the race leader, working a middle line, making it difficult for Martin to find a way around. Martin again powers down to the inside off turn number 2. Gets the front wheels underneath the 17. Durgan holds him off into the 3rd turn. Again, Martin will come back after him. No, Durgan's going to take that lower line away, take it up against the wall as they drag race down to turn number 1. Jason Durgan trying to hold off the 90 of Martin. He's done it through 5 laps, but Martin continues to look high now, this time into turn number 4. Working up near the top of the racetrack, Durgan again doing a nice job of making that modified hold the point. Leading by a car length over the 90 of Martin. Running in the 3rd spot is Atkins in the 1. 4th is Andy Powell in the 3. 5th is Mike Wells in the 76. Jason Durgan taking it again up against the wall, taking away some of that momentum of the 90 of Martin. Running right in tow behind him, looking down to the inside, now going to the outside down the backstretch, right on the back bumper into turn number 3. Can't find a way around. Popsicle sticks are out this time for Jason Durgan. 2 laps to go for the Durgan 17. Martin continues to look inside, outside, running right up behind him. Has not been able to maneuver around that 17. Again, there's another modified when running out front that can run with anybody, and Jason Durgan's proving it right now. White flag is out for Durgan. Martin again looking to the inside in turn number 2. Durgan holds him off. Roy had to get on the binders. Durgan leads by 2 car lengths coming into the final set of turns. Here they come off the 4th turn. They'll race down to the stripe. Jason Durgan gets it done. Martin finishes in the 2nd spot. 3rd goes to the 1 of Greg Atkins. 4th to Andy Powell in the 3. 5th to Mike Wells in the 76. New York in the first choice Power Wash 19. That's Jamie Begor. And it's Bucko Branham in car number 20. He'll start 7th on the grid. Mike Shagnon, the number 86, will start 8th. And shotgun on the field in the 56, it's Casey St. Clair. 9 cars, first qualifier for the J&S Steel Sportsman. Atkins in trouble with a 68. Here comes Bill Sawyer to the inside as they were 3 wide off the 2nd turn. Out front, it is Nick Lagoy with the Jeffrey Steel 96. Again, they're 3 wide through 3 and 4. Nick Haywood working the rim on the outside, taking it up against the wall with the 29 car. And at the stripe, almost dead even with Bill Sawyer for that 2nd spot. Nick Lagoy shows the way. New and improved numbers of the 96 this week. We can actually see them clearly up here in the tower, and that's always appreciated. Nick Lagoy leading by 6 car lengths over the 39 of Bill Sawyer. Running 3rd is the 29 of Nick Haywood. Running in the 4th spot, Jamie Begor with a 19. Side by side for 5th. On the inside, Jimmy Bush. He's going to take that 5th position. Here comes Bucko Branham through to the 6th spot. Jamie Atkins sliding back to the 7th position with the number 68. Back of the pack, it is Mike Shagnon with the 86. Out front, young Nick Lagoy showing the way with his Jeffrey Steel 96. Then it is Bill Sawyer with the 39 running in second. Closing in, though, on Sawyer. Nick Haywood in the 29. Jamie Begor with the 19. Begor trying to contest that third spot with the Haywood number 29 car. Bucko Branham also on the move. He's working to the outside of Jimmy Bushy's number 11 as they race for the 5th position. Side by side racing for third. Give that third spot to Jamie Begor coming through on the inside. Back to 4th goes the Haywood number 29. 5th is Branham with the number 20. Running in the 6th spot, it's Jimmy Bushy with car number 11. And then several car links back to the 68 of Jamie Atkins. Bill Sawyer's 39 darted right up towards the wall off the 4th turn. Jamie Begor not quite close enough to take advantage of that bobble off turn number 4. He's trying to close in, though, down the backstretch. Nick Lagoy's lead is 5 car lengths over the 39 of Bill Sawyer. Jamie Begor is about a half car length back of Sawyer's bumper, running in 3rd. 4th, it is Bucko Branham with the Bud Light number 20. Running in the 5th position, it's the 11 of Jimmy Bushy as he tries to move to the inside of Nick Haywood's 29 car. Haywood fighting the handling with that number 29, and Bushy right now has the 5th position moving through on the inside. Lagoy driving high off turn number 4. Bill Sawyer following that line. Jamie Begor sticking down to the bottom as he'll try to take 2nd away now on the inside. Begor with the 19, Sawyer with the 39. You can see Sawyer get a good run off the top of the racetrack coming off of turn number 2. Now Begor fighting back on the inside as they race into turn number 4. 2 laps to go for Nick Lagoy, the 96. At the stripe, Jamie Begor getting that inside line to come through for him. He's to the 2nd spot. The 20 of Bucko Branham. Begor sliding, though, up off turn number 2. Lost a lot of momentum. The 39 of Sawyer closed quickly, as did the 20 of Bucko Branham. White flag out this time for the 96 of Nick Lagoy. Lagoy showing the way. Begor in that 2nd spot. Looking outside. Better be careful. Here comes the 20 of Bucko Branham. He can get to the inside and take that 2nd spot away. They race for the final time in the qualifier into turns 3 and 4. Here they come off the 4th turn. Checkered flag is out, and it's going to go to Nick Lagoy. 2nd to Jamie Begor. 3rd to Bucko Branham. 4th to Bill Sawyer with the 39. 5th to Jimmy Bushy with the 11. 6th, then it's the 11 from Fairfax, Vermont, Lance Rabtoy. The H2O from Milton, Vermont for Robert Gordon. Final row, the 1 from Milton, Vermont. That's Cody Benoit. And shotgun on the field from Plattsburgh. Chad Provost in the 6. That's the field. Green flag. 12 cars in the 2nd qualifier. Don Brissett in the 8 has the lead off turn number 2. Here comes Roger LeBounty in the 60. Keith Pelkey works the rim in the 24 as they run 3 wide, racing for the 4th position. 3 wide, continuing off of turn number 4. Pelkey gets boxed a little bit. He has to fall back with a 24. He's racing right in front of Keith O'Neill with a 0. Out front, it's Don Brissett in the 8. Side by side for 2nd, and it's the 60 of Roger LeBounty. And the 61 of Dan Dubuque. Racing in the 4th spot, it's Don Franklin with the number 69. And then they race side by side for the 5th position. Rob Favreau in the 27 and the 24 of Keith Pelkey. A lot of side by side racing. The contest for spots 6 through 6, hotly contested. Don Brissett where he wants to be out front. In his rearview mirror, there's some pretty good battles still ongoing. Dan Dubuque in the 61 right now running in that 2nd spot. Roger LeBounty in the 60 holding down 3rd. Don Franklin on the outside running 4th, but here comes Rob Favreau after that 4th position. Another guy trying to move is the 11 of Lance Rabtoy as he's 3 wide down the backstretch, working the inside line. Keith Pelkey, the meat and the sandwich. Look at O'Neill in the 0 trying to fill the hole. Keith O'Neill trying to follow on that back bumper, the 24 of Pelkey. Don Franklin losing spots with the 69. He got shuffled up towards the wall off turn number 4. Had to get on the binders. Goes all the way to the back of the pack. Last week's winner, Cody Benoit, has found little running room with his number 1. He is racing now back in the 8th spot with a 1 car. Again, they box it up into 3 and 4. Everybody having to hurry around, trying to jockey for position as they were running 3 wide at the back of the pack. Well, Don Brissett has had a walk in the park to this point, but the racing's been darn good from the 2nd spot on back. Right now, Rob Favreau's to 2nd. Here comes the 11. They're running 3 wide again. 3 wide for the 3rd spot and 3 wide for the 6th position right behind them. 2 laps to go. The 61 car of Dan Dubuque getting a piece of the wall off turn number 4 as he got shuffled around. Don Brissett leads. Rob Favreau runs 2nd. The 11 of Lance Rabtoy 3rd. Here comes the H2O of Robert Gordon trying to get to the 4th spot. Running in the 5th position now, the 24 of Keith Pelkey. Cody Benoit is up to 6th. White flag. White flag out on the speedway. Don Brissett started on point, and he's looking to have a green to checkers run. He's got about a quarter of the track to negotiate. Here he comes off turn number 4. Checkered flag is out. Don Brissett's going to win it. Second, the 27 for Fabro. Raptoy third, the 11. Gordon fourth. Fifth, Chad Provost. Sixth to the 60 of Roger LeBounty.
Mini Modifieds get the green flag. 20 laps the distance. As Rob mentioned, a non-points event, which is why many of the top cars are not here this evening. Howard Drake from the outside grabs the lead. That little car will take the lead into turn number 3. He'll lead them off 4, but he's going to lose the lead now. Here comes Bobby LeVere to the inside. LeVere on the inside. Drake on the outside. He'll fall back into the number 3 spot as Chris Clark moves the number 77 up quickly on the inside to take second and challenge Bobby LeVere. LeVere on the outside in the 5, Clark on the inside in the 77. That's a good battle for the number 3 spot. On the inside, here comes the Jamie LaFountain 20 to take 3rd spot away from the 39. Howard Drake continuing to lose spots on the backstretch. Look out, Howard's in the bunker. Chris Clark is your leader. Bobby LeVere second, and Jamie LaFountain closing in quickly on the top 2. Chris LeVere started way at the back of the pack. He's now moved into 4th, as did Josh Leclerc in the 7. Josh started shotgun. He's worked his way now into the number 5 spot as he looks inside the LeVere 5. Clark leads it. LaFountain battles right alongside Chris LeVere for the number 2 spot. It's Josh Leclerc now in 4th. Look out. Josh gets tapped by the 5 of Bobby LeVere, but a nice job by the 7 to hold on. Meanwhile, Bobby ends up in the bunker. Now gets it back onto the backstretch, but not before he loses 3 or 4 spots. Here comes Chris LeVere to the inside of Chris Clark. They're going to run side by side. At the line, it's LeVere by a nose. Clark trying to come back on the outside, but LeVere will start to pull away up the backstretch. Jamie LaFountain runs in that number 3 spot with Jimmy Collins now 4th. The battle heats up for the 5th spot between the 7 of Leclerc and the 03 of Speedy. This looks like what we saw last Saturday night with Chris LeVere pulling away from the field, but he had some mechanical problems. The car skipping out of gear and ended up losing the lead in the last couple of laps to Rick Donor, who eventually won, and Steven Brissett finished 2nd. Chris managed to hold on for the 3rd spot. But it doesn't look like anybody's going to be able to run him down tonight if that car stays together as it continues to open up on the battle for the number 2 spot. Clark in the 77, LaFountain in the 20 runs 2nd and 3rd. Then it's a good gap back to the 02 of Jimmy Collins, who is 4th. And a battle for the 5th spot continues on between the 7 of Josh Leclerc and Speedy Brissett's 03. "20 laps the scheduled distance tonight for the Keysville Napa Mini Modifieds. Chris LeVere leads the pack off turn 4 to complete lap number 9. Non-points tonight. A little bit later on, the Bombers will have their non-points night, as the field will be halfway as they cross the start-finish line this time. Chris LeVere, your leader in the 4. 2nd spot goes to the 77. That's Chris Clark. The 20 car for Jamie LaFountain runs in the 3rd spot. 4th spot goes to the 02 of Collins. 5th belongs to the 03 of Speedy Brissett with a 6th spot, being held down by Josh Leclerc's 7. In the 7th spot, it's the 35 of Kurt Seymour, but he had a little bit of a problem in turn 2. He's going to lose spots. The 23 of Larry Archer will take 7th, and the 21 of Brian Archer will take 8th. Brandon Atkins moves by into 9th. 10th spot is going to be the 5 of Bobby LeVere. The 35 continues to fall back. He may head back to the garage area. 11th is Malcolm Woodward in the 46. Howard Drake runs 12th in the 39. Chris LeVere looking for his first victory of the season. He did pick up a checkered flag earlier on, but was disqualified. But the battle right now on the racetrack is for that number 2 spot. And it's the Chris Clark 77 and the Jamie LaFountain 20. Speedy Brissett has closed in on the Jimmy Collins 02, so the 02 and the 03 will battle for the number 4 spot. Chris LeVere continues to be your leader. You'll see 5 to go next time by from Chief Starter Digger Bruno. 5 to go for LeVere. Now Brissett looking to take over that 4th spot from Jimmy Collins, looks to the inside as those 2 cars come off turn 4. Kurt Seymour brings the 35 back onto the racetrack as Brissett and Collins continue to run together in a battle for that number 4 spot. Brissett sticks his nose in front. Collins trying to battle right back on the outside. Those 2 cars seem to be closing in just a little bit on that battle for the 2nd spot between the Clark 77 and the Jamie LaFountain 20. None of them are gaining any ground on your leader. Chris LeVere completes lap 17. Next time he crosses the start-finish line, he'll see the popsicle sticks, as there will be 2 to go. Here comes your leader off turn 4 in car number 4. 2 to go for Chris LeVere. Chris Clark in the 77 and Jamie LaFountain in the 20 move by the 46 of Malcolm Woodward as the 03 of Speedy Brissett starts to close in on that 2nd place battle. It may be a 3-car battle for the number 2 spot as Chris LeVere gets the white flag. White flag is out for LeVere, and the battle for 2nd starts to heat up in turn 2. LaFountain looks to the inside of Clark, and Speedy right there waiting for the top 2 to make a mistake. Leader's off turn 4. He's got the checkered in hand. He will win it. Chris LeVere, your winner. The battle continues on for 2nd. It's going to go to Chris Clark in the 77 New York, with the 03 of Speedy Brissett taking 4th, and the 5th spot being rounded out by the 02 of Jimmy Collins.
Here he comes, off 4. Racing off into turn number 1. Vance Quinville trying to hang with a 17. Works the top of the track. Good bite for the 78 down the backstretch. Durgan cuts him off. Durgan will maintain the lead into 3 and 4. Dupree is boxed down on the inside. The outside line looking to roll now. Dupree down on the inside of Chris K into 1. K.A. can't find him there. Dupree has to get on the binders. He's snookered behind the 18. Martanois works the 90 on the outside. He's moved past Dupree. He's to the 5th spot. Now rolling is the Gamache Truck Center. Number 90 car trying to get to the outside of Scarborough in the 11. Out front, Jason Durgan in the 17, building that lead up again over Vince Quinville. Smoking up that right rear tire. It's Martanois who is by Scarborough. Next in his sights is the 1 of Greg Atkins, trying to get to the top 3. Quinville working the rim, might impede his progress on the outside. Martanois goes to 3rd. Martanois to the 3rd spot. Vince Quinville is next, diving down to the inside. Quinville will hold him off for now, but that inside line is open. Here comes Roy, shooting the gap down to the inside. He's to 2nd. Martanois goes to the 2nd spot. He will try to chase down the 17 of Durgan. Durgan held him off in the qualifier. Let's see what he can do now. Now it's money time. Durgan leads by 12 car lengths. Martanois begins the chase, just past the halfway point. Vince Quinville continues to run in the top 3. 3rd now, Atkins 4th, 5th Scarborough in the 11th. We have not seen the progress we would have expected from Dupree in the 24. He got boxed a little bit as he got pinned down to the inside on that last restart, and he has not had the same type of speed that we saw earlier. Dupree trying to work to the outside of Don Scarborough with that number 11. Scarborough running in the 5th position, Patrick Dupree running in the 6th spot. Right now in line now, looking to the outside of Scarborough, trying to get into the top 5. The point leader, Patrick Dupree, trying to work around Scarborough at the stripe. They're almost dead even. Meanwhile, out front, the lead is down to 2 car lengths. Jason Durgan, 18 laps complete. Now down to a car length, closing quickly. Martin in the 90. Martin drives through on the inside to the lead. Almost as if that car is starting to go away perhaps for Durgan. Martin made that look too easy. Let's see if Jason Durgan starts to fall back towards Vince Quinville. Martin now pulling away. Lap number 20 about to go up on the board, and the lead is already almost a half front stretch. A spin in the middle of the backstretch. It's the Ormsby 26, and that's going to bring out a yellow flag. Second yellow of the feature event will slow the pace. The 49. 8th is Michel Vient in the 46. 9th is Andy Powell in the 3, and Leon Gagnon rounds out the top 10 with a 4. Here they come on the hammer. Green flag. Martin Roy lead 3 car lengths, 5 car lengths, 6 car lengths, and growing as he pulls down the backstretch to 3 and 4. Patrick Dupree trying to move to the inside as they run wheel to wheel. Greg Atkins on the outside. He'll drop back a spot. Dupree goes to 4th. Out front is Martin Roy. 2nd Durgan. 3rd Quenneville. 4th Dupree. 5th Atkins. Richard Tesseur got a real good run on the top as we get a yellow flag for the 38 machine right along the front stretch wall. And that's going to bring out another yellow. 21 down, 9 remain. Martin Roy hitting the hammer. Here he comes. Green flag. Running away off turn number 2. Vince Quinville looks to the outside of Jason Durgan. Durgan blocks. Durgan back down to the inside. Durgan works the middle line. Here comes Quinville trying to move through the inside. Wheel to wheel off 4. Durgan holds. Durgan hanging on to that second spot for now. Vince Quinville running 3rd. He's in trouble though. Here comes Patrick Dupree. Dupree goes to the outside. He'll take 3rd. Saranac Country Store 24 to the 3rd spot. Here comes Quinville back after him on the inside. Martin Roy, check it out. Jason Durgan 2nd for now. Here comes Dupree after him. Dupree with the number 24. Closing. Now within a car length as they move into 3 and 4. Quenneville running in the 4th spot. 5th is Greg Atkins. Richard Tesseur works the rim trying to get a spot on Greg Atkins. He'll go to 6th on the outside. Patrick Dupree moves to the inside of the 17 of Jason Durgan. He's to 2nd. 5 laps remain this time by. If a yellow were to come out now, it might get pretty darn interesting. That's not what the 90 of Martin Roy wants to see. His lead is half the backstretch over the 24 of Patrick Dupree. Here comes Martin Roy off turn number 4. Lap time for Martin Roy, 16.3. Lap time for Patrick Dupree, 16.2. Dupree is faster, but he's running out of time. The sand is dumping out of the hourglass, and he's not making up time fast enough. 16.38 that time for Martin Roy, 16.47 that lap for Dupree. So Martin Roy was faster on lap number 27. 2 laps to go. Popsicle sticks are out for Martin Roy. The Napierville, Quebec driver on his way to win number 3 of 2010. Here he comes off the 4th turn. Oh, white flag is out for Martin Roy. He works to the inside off 2. Now drifts to the top of the racetrack down the backstretch. Through the middle of 3 and 4. Here comes the race winner off the 4th turn. Checkered flag is out. It's Martin Roy. 2nd, it's going to be the 24 of Patrick Dupree. Coming off turn number 4 for 3rd, it's Vince Quinville in the 78. Jason Durgan 4th. Greg Atkins 5th. 6th to the 49 of Tesseur. 6th to Don Scarborough. Out front, Tyler Terry still a car length off the back bumper, the 39 of Sawyer. Bigor feeling no heat right now in the 3rd spot. Nick Lagoy running well in 4th. He's working on the top of the racetrack. Sean Duquette at the stripe had the 5th spot. 6th on the outside was Twaits at the 69. Here comes Robin Wood, thinking 3 wide off 2. 3 wide down the backstretch. Woods on the inside, Duquette in the middle. On the outside, it's Twaits at the 69. They touch. Twaits is sideways, trying to hang on to it off turn number 4. He does. Twaits hanging on to that race car as he was able to power slide through turn number 4 on the binder, saving the car. 3 wide, contact off 4, and Billy Twaits was able to hang on to it. Robin Wood picking up a position. He's now to the 5th spot. 6. Here comes Bucko Branham through on the inside. Sean Duquette sliding back to the 7th position with the number 18. Tyler Terry, 3 feet off the back bumper. Now a half car length off the back bumper into turn number 3. Here comes Terry looking to the inside. Trying to hang on to the lead is Sawyer. He taps him in the rear. Here comes Sawyer down the front stretch. Terry to the inside for the lead. Bill Sawyer has lost power, it seems, in the 39. The 19 of Bigor coming after him on the outside. Tyler Terry's the race leader. Sawyer back to second. Bigor working on the outside, trying to take that second spot away. Battle on right now for 4th as well. Here comes Robin Wood through on the inside. Sportsman putting on a great race tonight. Tyler Terry pulling away. 2 car lengths from Bill Sawyer. Sawyer running in the 2nd spot. Jamie Bigor running in 3rd. Bigor was sideways off the top of turn number 2. He'll lose a car length and a half to Sawyer. 10 laps to go this time for Tyler Terry, looking for his first win of 2010, and it's a 3 car length advantage for the Morrisonville, New York driver. Tyler Terry showing the way. Bill Sawyer running in that 2nd spot. Jamie Bigor 3rd. Robin Wood is 4th. Here comes Bucko Branham through on the inside. He's up to 5th. Sean Duquette trying to follow him through to get the 6th spot away from Nick Lagoy, and he will off turn number 4. Here comes the 18 of Duquette on the inside. He's got 6th at the stripe. Jamie Bigor in the 19 trying to chase down the 39. That second turn at times providing trouble for the 19 car. He closes here in 3 and 4, but it looks like turn 2 is where he's losing some of his momentum. 17 laps complete for the JNS Steel Sportsman. Tyler Terry trying to check out. The lead growing slowly, lap by lap. It is about 8 car lengths. The 39 of Bill Sawyer back to the 19 of Jamie Bigor, about 3 car lengths. Sawyer taking his car right up near the wall. Closing in on Bigor is the 61 of Robin Wood. Robin Wood looks to the outside. Now diamonds the turn down to the inside, trying to find room to the inside of Jamie Bigor's number 19 car. The 44 of Terry comfortably running out front. Bill Sawyer feeling the heat from Jamie Bigor in the 19. Bigor feeling heat from the 61 of Robin Wood. Wood goes to the inside along the front stretch. Here comes Robin Wood in the 61 through on the inside over in turn number 2. Jamie Bigor trying to use the bank on the top of the racetrack to pick up momentum. Robin Wood has the nose in that 3rd spot. Bigor comes back after him for 3rd. Here comes Wood back on the inside. Seesaw battle for that 3rd spot. Give it to Robin Wood at the stripe. Tyler Terry leading by 10 car lengths over the 39 of Bill Sawyer. Then it's 2 car lengths back to Robin Wood. Inside 5 laps remaining now for Tyler Terry. Looking to get that first victory of 2010, and he's got a comfortable lead up front. Bill Sawyer running in the 2nd spot, but his advantage over Robin Wood shrinks lap by lap. It's down to about a half car length. Bucko Branham trying to chase down Jamie Bigor, who's running in the 4th position. Robin Wood coming into this race had a 9-point lead over Bucko Branham, trying to add to that lead tonight. He's got 2 positions as he runs in the 3rd spot. Branham running in the 5th position. Popsicle sticks are going to be out this time by for the 44, the Adirondack Transmissions car for Tyler Terry. 2 to go for Terry. That battle for second is getting hot. The 39 of Sawyer trying to fend off the 61 of Robin Wood. And the 19 of Jamie Bigor trying to hold off Bucko Branham. Here comes Branham on the inside. White flag is out for Tyler Terry. Racing on for 2nd and 3rd. Branham by inches at the stripe for the 4th spot, I should say. Racing for 2nd and 4th. Here comes Robin Wood to the outside. Tyler Terry is going to win it. But look at the racing for 2nd and 4th. Robin Wood on the outside. Here comes your winner. Tyler Terry takes the checkered flag. Race for 2nd down the line. Robin Wood on the outside. 3rd was the 39 of Sawyer. 4th was Branham, and the 25th was the 19 of Bigor. Run in here. It's back out. Racing to turn 1. Brissett the 8, Warren the 13. Chad Provost in the 6, running in that 3rd spot, even for the lead. Provost 3 wide, is he going to do it? No, it wasn't there. Thought about it, but not enough room on the inside. Don Brissett trying to hang on to the lead at the stripe. Oh, I think he had it by inches. But Joe Warren is lurking right there on the outside. Now there's room. Provost going after it on the inside. 3 wide for the lead down the backstretch to 3. Here comes Provost. Through on the inside. Warren's through on the outside. He'll take the lead around Don Brissett. The meat and the sandwich is sliding out of the bun. He's back to 3rd. And the top roll is in the lead. The bottom half of the roll is in 2nd. And the meat fell out. And now he's falling backwards. He's going back towards the 4th spot. Oh, we got a spinner. Oh, Rob Favreau played bumper tag with that tire. Kicked it right up into the racing line. And that's going to bring out a yellow flag. Hey, isn't that a sport in Europe? Don't they get little cars to, like, hit these? It was Warren who was to the front first. Let's see if Chad Provost can go with him. This should be a pretty good battle. You get 2 good cars up front. Here they come off of turn number 4. Green flag. The 8 of Brissett did not come to speed, and that really backed things up. That car is down on the right front, bouncing around, and he is headed back towards the pits. It really backed up the inside line. Guys like Kevin Booten sliding backwards because they were pinned behind the 25, behind the 8 rather. You know who wasn't pinned? Look at this guy. Look at the 1. Where the heck Benoit come from? 5th. Cody Benoit, who started way in the back in 6 laps, has moved to the 5th spot. I believe, did he start dead last, Rick? Just about dead last in the field. I want to say 23rd. And he is about to take the 4th position away from the 2-time defending track champion. Maybe not. Lonnie Rivers, 3 wins already this season. And he's not going to give up 4th without a fight. And he is working well on the outside as they race side by side in front of him. Chad Provost pulling away out front as the leader. He was able to take the lead away from Joe Warren. Black flag out. It looked like the 43 of Terry was getting the black flag. He went flying through the infield. Now comes back out onto the track. Chad Provost pulling away from 2nd place car Dave Raptoy. 3rd is Joe Warren. 4th is Cody Benoit. He was able to get the spot from Rivers. And now he sets his sights on the 13 of Joe Warren. Josh Terry again, the black flag out for the 43 car. There will only be 1 Terry in victory lane tonight, and that's already happened. Tyler Terry, his older brother, winning the Sportsman feature. The number 1, 3rd in turn 2. The 13 coming back after him. They're even into the 3rd turn. Joe Warren fighting on the outside, trying to hang on to 3rd place. Cody Benoit on the inside has 3rd at the stripe. Chad Provost in the 6th car leading by 10 car lengths. Dave Raptoy in the number 21 running 2nd. Then it's 5 car lengths back to Cody Benoit, who is 3rd. Halfway home for Chad Provost, who is looking for his first victory. He is the 7th place point man in the division. And he is holding that lead over the Raptoy 21. Dave Raptoy maintaining his position in the 2nd spot. Cody Benoit trying to chase him down. Dan Dubuque, nice job saving that race car. That was pointed first towards the infield, then towards the front stretch wall. And he was wrestling that steering wheel back and forth and saving it. Good work by the 61. Chad Provost with the number 6, putting a lap on the 51 of Sawyer. Next up on his list will be the 32 of Baker. Dave Raptoy in the 21, moving through on the inside of the 51 car. Here comes Cody Benoit in the number 1. Inside 10 laps remaining for Chad Provost. Dan Dubuque takes the 61 back to the pits. Provost in the 6, moving to the outside of the 32, putting that car down a lap. Cody Benoit on the back bumper of the 21 of Dave Raptoy. Raptoy using a high line off turn number 2. Slower car that he is able to slide to the inside of and hang on to the 2nd position. Cody Benoit just a car length off his back bumper. Fourth is the 13 of Joe Warren. Fifth is Lonnie Rivers in car 7. Sixth, Kevin Boutin in the 25. Seventh, H2O Robert Gordon. Eighth, Keith Pelkey, 24. Ninth, Lance Raptoy, good recovery in the 11. And 10th, Mark Karen in car 5. Leader crosses the start-finish line. Battle for second between the 1 working on the inside. Here comes Cody Benoit powering off turn number 2. Opened up room on the inside of turn 1. Finishes the pass down the backstretch. He goes to the second spot. Dave Raptoy in the 21 running now in third. Chad Provost in the 6, putting the 36 car down a lap. Next will be the Deuce for Meadowman. He goes down a lap. 5 laps to go. This time by for Chad Provost. He's making this look easy. Cody Benoit, smoke on the right front. Dave Raptoy still running third. Good race for fourth. Here comes Lonnie Rivers on the inside, trying to take the 4th position away from Joe Warren. Rivers might have got a piece of the rumble strips down on the inside. That car looked like a basketball coming off turn 3, bouncing on the front. Running still on the outside, Joe Warren hanging on to that 4th spot. Lonnie Rivers still there on the inside. They're almost dead even going into turn number 3. Warren keeps the nose out in front for 4th. Kevin Boutin trying to move up on the outside as well. Get some good cars in this battle. Lonnie Rivers, the 7, Joe Warren, the 13. They try to snooker the 7 behind the 36. Robert Gordon trying to get to the inside. 3 wide off that second turn. Racing for position. Joe Warren back to 4th. 2 laps to go for Chad Provost. But the good racing is behind him for about the 5th spot. Lonnie Rivers comes through for 5th. 6th is Kevin Boutin. Running in the 7th spot, the H2O. He got knocked around. Keith Pelkey is there in the 24, racing for 7th with the H2O. Lance Raptoy up to 8th. Well, let's look back at the leader who's over in turn 2. Final time around for Chad Provost with the A&L Auto number 6. Provost looking for his first victory. And here he comes off of turn number 4. He can see the checkered flag. He takes the checkered flag. Chad Provost wins it. Second to Cody Benoit. Third to Dave Raptoy. Racing for
Raven the 72. Joe Jeanette the 31. The 21 is Scott Richner. John Michael Brissett in the 14. Josh Duravage the 88. Curtis Demore the 87. Brandon Nolan the 44. Ed Pelkey the 88D. That's your field. Green flag is out. Gadway gets the jump on the inside, and he will lead him up the backstretch the first time. We've got trouble already. Coro 6 spins around. Everybody avoids him. Demore's 87 is out in the bunker, but we're going to stay green flag racing. They combine a complete lap number 1, and Timmy Gadway leads it in the 63. Wade Whitney dirt tracking through turn 1 and 2 to hold on to that second spot in the 24. Chad Collins in the 22 runs third. April Bordeaux is 4th in the 23. Look at the outside. It's the superstar. Cody Myers in the 75. He's up to the number 5 spot. Bill Joyle's on the move in the 57. Scott Richner trying to follow him through in the 21. They both scramble to get around the 58 of Bill Joyle Sr. Myers now gets around Bordeaux, looks to the inside of Whitney, and the superstar is up to 3rd in the 75. Collins 22, way too high coming off turn 4. He's going to lose 6 or 7 spots. Up front, it's been the Tim Gadway show since the drop of the green flag, but here comes the rest of the field. The 75 of Myers closing in. The 57 of Joyle has now moved to 3rd. And Scott Richner in the 21, he's going to move up a spot as well. He'll get by the Bordeaux 23 and now take 4th. April's back to 5th. Not for long. Here comes Curtis LaGrave in the 72. LaGrave on the inside will look to go by the 23 as they head into turn 3. Curtis takes the 5th spot. And Josh Duravage is on the move as well. He wants to pick off the 23 of Bordeaux. Gadway working his way onto the back bumper of the lap car of Ed Pelkey, the 88D. He will get by with no problem. Here comes Joyle. He's going to take second spot as Myers got held up just a bit in the 75. Joyle may have the lead by the time they get to the start-finish line the next time, as he is right on the back bumper of Timmy Gadway's 63. Gadway on the outside. Here comes Joyle on the inside, zooming by. Joyle is your new leader. Gadway is back to second. Myers better get around him quicker. This one's going to be over. Bill Joyle looking for a back-to-back checkered flag in the Monster Energy Drink Bombers. Has a 3-car length advantage on Cody Myers, who now runs second. Tim Gadway on the outside is third. Scott Richner's fourth. Curtis LaGrave and the 88 of Josh Duravage battle for that number 5 spot. 20 laps the distance tonight for the Monster Energy Drink Bombers. Joyle works his way around the Joe Jeanette 31. Jeanette goes to the outside of the racetrack as the second, third, fourth, and fifth place cars all go by on the inside. Joyle has been the class of the field in the Monster Energy Drink Bombers. Had it not been for a early season disqualification, he'd be your points leader in this division. But he has certainly worked his way back into contention and will close that gap even more with another victory tonight. Bombers are halfway. Scott Richner now moving up on the inside in that 21 car. He looks to challenge Tim Gadway for the number 3 spot. Richner's got the preferred inside line coming off turn 4, and he will take that 3rd spot away. Gadway had to scramble to get around the Pelkey 88D. It's a good 4-car battle for that number 3 spot, as now both LaGrave and Duravage get by on the inside of the Gadway 63. Myers has moved to within a couple of car lengths of Gadway, of the 57 of Joyle, rather. That gap has remained pretty consistent over the last few laps. Richner's 21 has a couple of car length advantage over Duravage in the 88. He's trying to hold off Curtis LaGrave in the 72, who is right alongside. Joe Jeanette's 31 running off the pace. He may be headed back to the garage area. Joyle now has said it's time to go, and he is pulled away from the 75 of Cody Myers. It's now about a 10-car length advantage for the 57. Myers is comfortably in that second spot as it's another 10 back to the battle for third. Richner currently has it, but Duravage has closed in. And Josh Duravage looks to the inside of Scott Richner as they race into turn 3. 21 gets in just a little bit high, opens up the door inside, and here comes the 88. Richner has him at the stripe, but Duravage right there on the inside. They come off turn 2. It's still Richner on the outside. Duravage right alongside. They'll race together once again into turn 3. Duravage sticks his nose in front, and Richner comes right back on the outside. Great battle for the number 3 spot between the 21 of Richner and the 88 of Duravage. Curtis LaGrave in the 72 looking for a way by as the 3rd and 4th place cars continue to go at it. Meanwhile, Bill Joyle is still maintaining that advantage on the 75 of Cody Myers. They run 1-2, black flag out on the 24 of Whitney. Now Duravage had the lead for that 3rd spot at the stripe, and he will move up and take 3rd away from the 21 of Scott Richner, who tries to come right back on the inside. Now they race single file into turn 3. Duravage in the 88, Richner the 21, LaGrave the 72. That's the 3-car battle for the number 3 spot as Bill Joyle sees Weasel's popsicle sticks. 2 to go. If the superstar Cody Myers has anything for Bill Joyle, he better show it right now as Joyle gets the white flag. 1 to go for the 57. Up the backstretch the final time. Joyle has to work his way around the slower car. He does with no problem. They'll come off turn 4. Checkered flag will be in the air. Bill Joyle will be your winner in the 57. Cody Myers finishes second. Third spot goes to the 88 of Duravage. Fourth spot to the Scott Richner 21. And Curtis LeGrave Jr. rounds out the top 5 in car number 72. That will wrap up Motorsports Magazine from the Airborne Speedway in Plattsburgh. Rob, first main event of the Speedway was for the Mini Modified division, and Chris LeVere is your winner.
Non-point night for the Mini Modifieds. LeVere started 13th, worked his way fairly quickly through the field, and Chris having to deal with an issue that he also fought last week, dealing with a car going in and out of gear, and this week he was better prepared for that and had a plan in mind, and he was able to get that car home to victory lane and keep it in gear.
In the Modified division, the Martin Shuffle once again.
Martinois was able to work the outside on a restart. That was really the key point of the race. Restarted on the outside of row 4, I want to say like 10 laps into that 30-lap feature event. And on the outside for the restart, he moved to the top of the racetrack. And while Patrick Dupree was on the inside for that restart, right in front of him in 5th, he got snookered down on the inside, with the inside lane not moving quite as quickly. And Martinois went to the top of the track, found room, and got to the top spot first. And often it seems as though with those two guys, whoever gets to first ends up winning.
The Mini Modified event was a green to checker run, as was the JNS Steel Sportsman main event, when Tyler Terry picked up his first win of the season.
And a convincing one. I mean, Tyler Terry really hammered the field as he won by, 15 car lengths. Robin Wood, always present, was able to bring it home to the second spot. And Bill Sawyer had a good run, finishing in 3rd.
An exciting Renegade feature goes to the 6th car of Chad Provost.
First career win in a Renegade, first win since 2006 when he was in a 4-cylinder car. Chad Provost, dominating performance tonight.
And to wrap things up, the Bomber division, Bill Joyle, the fastest car all season, gets another win.
Ties Patrick Dupree for most wins for an individual driver in across the divisions with his fourth victory. And right now, everybody else in that division is chasing clearly the 57 because he is the class of the field.
Time to give out the awards. We've already discussed these. Believe it or not, everybody agrees tonight. First off, the Frenier's Award for the hard charger goes to Cody Benoit.
Benoit started deep in the pack. He had troubles in his qualifier, actually had to leave before the completion of his Renegade qualifier. So he started almost dead last in the feature, and in just 6 laps he had worked his way up into the top 5. So Benoit really put on a charge, a little bit aggressive at times, but nonetheless a hard charge for Cody Benoit towards the front. He had won back-to-back races in the Renegade class. This week, close, 2nd.
So Cody Benoit wins the gift certificate from Frenier's Automotive. And the Watson Glass Driver of the Week, a $25 gift certificate from Watson Glass, goes to, once again, another unanimous choice, Chad Provost, the driver of car number 6.
And again, always good to see somebody get their first career victory in a division. Chad Provost was able to do that in the Renegades, and really in impressive fashion. He was pulling away from Benoit down the stretch, and Benoit, as we just talked about, the last 2 weeks has been really running strong in that Renegade class. So Chad Provost and his team, they found something tonight. Not only did he get his first career victory, but he did it in pretty dominating fashion.
We want to thank our underwriters, Adirondack Water Systems and Ormsby Realty, as well as Brian McBride from Plattsburgh.com and Calvin Castine from Hometown Cable. Thanks to our videographer, Gene Gagne from OutsideGroove.com as well. For one last time from the Airborne Speedway in Plattsburgh, for Rob Knowles, I'm Rick Knowles. Have a good night, everybody.